Hello everybody, today is Monday, September 11th. It's 7:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just getting around to making today's video. On my left is the time and sales for the Emini S&P, currently trading at 2487.75 at 7 p.m. So we don't refresh our charts, therefore today's trades are still what happened today. We label our trades so there's no H to the trades, as you can see here. First up is the Midcap, and the S&P Midcap on a Super Renko 6 tick, and this had a total of 4 trades. There was 2 small losers, and we had an excellent long trade here early in the session. And this brought us up to our goal of $1,000 for the day. If we look on the user configuration panel here, we can see our daily profit goal at 1,000, and we did have positive slippage on this chart. So this was excellent performance. We've only been showing the mid cap for a short time now, but it is looking pretty good. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a 987 tick line break chart. This chart is using a limit order at the close of the bar. We're trading 3 contracts, and we're taking 2 short targets with a runner. And so you can see we hit our short targets here, and then our runner took us the length of the swing here, in this case about 6 points on this swing, and then we actually caught this retracement on the short trade and then went long again. And then had a little loser here at the end, so we did 662 for the day. Pretty solid performance on the line break chart. Okay, next up is the Dax trading the regular session, the New York session. And this had a mixture of trades here and ended up with 637.50 for the day on a couple of contracts. This is on a Super Renko 7 tick, which is half the size of our 14 tick chart that's been doing well. The DAX on the 14 tick was stopped out today. Next up is our Emini S&P on a Super Renko 2 tick with a higher time frame, and this has also been looking very promising. A lot of times traders ask us, how do we avoid a choppy market? And here's how you do that. You use a higher time frame. On this chart, we can see where the lower time frame, represented by the bars here, got very choppy in the last 2 hours of trading, and we did not take any trades here. We held our position and traded through the chop, and then we exited because of time here. So this did 400 for the day, which is a very respectable performance. Okay, another higher time frame filter chart, this time on the bond Super Renko 2 tick, and this just had a single short trade, good for $312. Okay, the Emini S&P on a standard 3 range chart, on the plus side of the ledger, making 4 points total for the day, 212.50 for the day. Okay, next up is the bonds on a precision Renko chart with a 166% reversal. This had a single short trade with very nice trade placement, filled on our limit order, and then trail stopped out. We're obviously trailing by 1 bar, so that's how we exited mid-bar here, or exit just above the high of the previous bar. And this did a very respectable $500 for the day. Next up is the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 6 tick. This is trading 3 contracts, and we have 2 small targets to start off with, 5 and 9 ticks, and then we have a runner. And this runner was good for 10 points or 40 ticks. Our entry here was 24.75, and our exit was 85.25. So 10 points and 1 tick on the runner, doing 687.50 for the day. Okay, next up is the crude oil on a Super Renko 14 tick. We had a single trade good for 350. That's 35 ticks on 2 contracts, or 17 ticks per contract. We did not catch the long here, as we probably did not get filled on our limit order. Okay, next up is the Nasdaq on a Super Renko 10 tick. This had a single very nice long trade, doing 610 for the day. This is a limit order with a fairly deep pullback of 7 ticks. And with the auto trader, you can cancel your limit orders. You don't want to leave an order hanging out there forever. So we cancel our order after 3 bars. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 2 tick. We had a small loser to start, drew down about $100. And then we had a short trade. These are all fixed targets on this chart here. If we open the configuration panel, we can see our targets here are 7, 8, and 9 ticks. So I've been doing a little bit of experimenting with fixed targets, relatively short targets, and this is another example of just 7, 8, and 9 ticks catching the meat of this first swing. Obviously, we didn't get any of this, but that's okay. This chart had another short trade here that was good for a little bit. We did 337.50 for the day. This is a fairly fast time frame at a 2-tick Renko bar, but I also noticed a pattern where, sometimes around the 2 o'clock hour, we get some sideways action and chops. So this particular setup is kind of looking to get in there and make a little money and then get out. And we stopped trading at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, or an hour and 45 minutes before the close, so we don't hang out until the end of the session on this one. And these kind of things just show the versatility of the auto trader, or how you configure the auto trader to kind of maximize your profits or just trade with certain goals in mind. You have a lot of flexibility in selecting your begin and end times and your profit targets and your trail stops, for that matter. Our trail stop reset allows you to set a stop, reach a level, disable that stop, and then a new stop takes over, and then you're using that one. So for example, you could start by trailing a stop by ticks, for example, or any of these listed here. And then you could change to trailing by bars, and then change again to trailing by percentage of profit. That's all for today's video. If you would like to find out more, please visit our website at bluewavetrading.com, or please send us an email to systems@bluewavetrading.com. Thanks for watching today.